Welcome to Country Cookin'. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we'll be making Rib Doctor's baked beans, making the best burger. I'm going to give you ideas on making the best burger and some burger topping ideas, and a crunchy broccoli salad, and a red, white, and blue dessert in honor of 4th of July, which is up and coming. So we'll start out with the beans. I've fried and crumbled my bacon, and I've reserved some of the bacon grease, about 2 tablespoons. And to this I'm going to saute 1 large onion. I'm using a yellow onion, 1 red bell pepper, and 1 green bell pepper. And we'll get these going. We want them to be kind of crisp, tender. You don't want them to caramelize or anything. So we'll get those going, and then we'll start on the dessert. I have 2 boxes of Jell-O cheesecake pudding. You can use the sugar-free, fat-free, which I've got here, to cut a few of the calories if you want, or you can do the regular. And to this, as you probably know, when you make your pudding, you add 2 cups of milk per recipe, so we are going to need 4 cups of milk. We're going to whisk this until it thickens for a few minutes. And ahead of time, I have baked an angel food cake, and we've cut it into cubes like this. And we're going to be doing a layer. And it's always prettiest if you have some kind of a bowl that's clear and has straight sides so that you can see the layers. And then, because in honor of 4th of July, I've sliced strawberries and I've got fresh blueberries. If you're making this for another occasion and you don't want to do the red, white, and blue, you can do pineapple or peaches, whatever fruit is in season, or you can do a mixture in each layer, whatever you want to do. But it's kind of fun in this instance when we're celebrating the 4th of July shortly, that we'll be, doing kind of more of a patriotic. And I've chosen the cheesecake pudding because it has the least color. Remember, all these recipes can be found on the Valley website, and if you don't have internet, give the girls a call and they'd be happy to get you a copy. It's starting to thicken now. The bean recipe that I'm using is out of the Kansas City Barbecue Cookbook. I used to live in St. Louis, and in my job, I traveled to Kansas City quite a bit, and they're kind of known for their barbecue, and this is based, one of their barbecue establishments is Rib Doctor, and so this is their signature bean recipe, and I make it a lot for potlucks and gatherings. Okay, this is just about ready to set up. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for just a few minutes and let it chill. Also on the stove, I have a kettle of water that I brought to a boil. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. Just kind of stir that in. And then I have 2 heads of broccoli that we have trimmed, cut, and in small pieces. And so we're going to drop it in the boiling water and boil it for exactly 30 seconds. You want it to just start to cooking, and then we're going to drop it into our ice water bath to stop it from cooking. So you just want it to be, crunchy, but you don't want it to be raw. So I'll do this just another second here. Bring that to a boil. Looks like it's about ready. We'll drop our broccoli in there. Okay, we're going to count to 30 seconds. So we'll just watch the clock here for a minute, for 30 seconds. Okay, that looks like that's 30 seconds. We're ready to drain it. Now we're going to drop it into our ice water bath. This is cold water with ice cubes. We want it to stop cooking. We're going to put it in there. Let it cool down real fast. Now for the beans, I'm using pork and beans. It calls for 3 large cans of pork and beans to do the 28 ounces. If you don't have those, then use 5 of the regular pork and bean cans. Drain them. And then if you're going to a party or something and you're taking them with you, or you're going to make them earlier in the day, put them in a crock pot and just let them cook on low all day long, and the flavors will all blend together. Okay, my vegetables are getting tender and they're about ready. So we're going to add dark brown sugar. This is 2/3 of a cup. We're going to add 2/3 of a cup of beer, any beer, and if you would rather, you can substitute apple juice. Turn this down a little bit. Okay, we're going to add 1/3 cup of maple flavored syrup. 1/3 cup of clear corn syrup. 1 cup of tomato-based barbecue sauce. Blend that together. I have cooked and crumbled bacon. I've used a hickory flavored bacon, and what I do is I cut up the bacon when it's raw, and then I fry it in a pan and drain it on paper towels. You can cook your bacon in strips if you like, and then crumble it by hand. This is just a time saver. It's a step saver basically. So we'll dump those in with the beans. Let these blend a little bit. Okay, I'm going to drain the broccoli now. Okay, now you want to spread the broccoli out so that it dries. You want it to be totally dry when you assemble the salad. So I'm just going to grab a cookie sheet. Lay a paper towel on it and we'll spread the broccoli out and let it dry. Set that aside. Okay, we're going to take a quick break while that sugar finishes dissolving. We'll be right back.
As the demand for advanced broadband and cloud-based services continues to grow, so does our commitment to you, our members. We are committed to providing you with the newest technologies and fastest broadband speeds available anywhere. Watch for the exciting details on faster speeds and new broadband packages coming soon.
Okay, we're going to pour our vegetables into the beans. Stir them up. And then I'm just going to let them cook on low. And like I said, put them in a crock pot, or if you're a true barbecue connoisseur, put them in a flat pan and you can grill it, barbecue it over some hickory coals, and that would give you a little more of a hickory flavor. Okay, so we'll assemble the dressing for the salad while we're waiting for that. I need a cup of full fat mayonnaise. I use Hellmann's. You can use whatever you prefer. We need a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. And we need 2 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. We'll start out with 2. You don't want to use too much because then it could get runny. And then the same thing with the sugar. We're going to start out with about 2 tablespoons. My whisk. Okay, and then we're going to add a tablespoon, half of a tablespoon of poppy seed. Nice thing about using something like poppy seed, or a lot of times I like to use black olives in things I make or something. I like the drama that color gives you in your food. This makes a prettier presentation. I'm going to give it just a little bit of a taste, make sure that it has enough tart and enough sweet. I'm going to add a little more lemon. Probably 1 more tablespoon of sugar. Okay. I'm going to slip this in the refrigerator and let it chill down a little bit. And then we'll start assembling our dessert. Pudding is set up pretty nice, so we're going to start with about 1/3 of the cake that we've cubed. Put it in the bottom. Then we're going to layer about half of the pudding. Now we're going to put a layer of strawberries in here. You can really have some fun, and if you have a taller bowl, or you can really have some fun with some colors too, and make any kind of a theme actually. And don't be skimpy. Make it a nice full layer of strawberries. Fruit is always a nice summertime dessert. Let's just see what this looks like so you can probably see on the side. You want to make sure that the red shows on the side. So it looks like that. Then we're going to repeat our layers again. We're going to put another layer of the cake. I'm going to press it down just a little bit. We're going to put the rest of the pudding on. So it looks like that. Then we're going to put a layer of blueberries. I have about 1.5 pints of blueberries here. Like I said, I like to have the layer be full and a nice generous helping of fruit in there. And this will feed a lot of people. Okay, so it looks like that. Then we're going to put on our last layer of cake. Okay, then we're going to put Cool Whip on, cover the top with Cool Whip. Remember, all these recipes can be found on the Valley website, and if you don't have internet, just give the girls a call and they'll be happy to help you out. Okay. Now, this is where the fun comes in, and you can be as artistic or not if you aren't artistic or whatever. But what I like to do then is you can make a flag on there if you want, or you can. I'm just going to kind of go around the edge with the strawberries. Okay. Looks like this. On the side. I'm going to get things cleaned up and we'll get working on the rest of our salad. We'll be right back.
Get 3 months free access on all lines plus a new 4G smartphone for only $4.99 a month. 2 great offers with Valley Cellular. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to take advantage of this great deal.
Okay, I've drained the broccoli and let it dry. I'm going to throw it in my salad spinner. You can do, this will suffice if you don't have a salad spinner. Just drain it on paper towels, make sure it gets nice and dry. I'm going to do one quick spin in my salad spinner. This is a nice thing to have if you garden lettuce or something like that. It's really a time saver because you can fill your sink full of cold water, swish your leaves around, throw them in here, a couple handfuls at a time, and you can't believe the water that will come out of it. We're going to give this a couple of spins, and I'm going to toss it in our bowl. Now, for the salad, we're going to add 3/4 cup of dried cranberries. And you might think, well, that's kind of a holiday thing. There's nothing wrong with having cranberries year-round. As a matter of fact, I buy them and stick them in the freezer, when they're fresh, so that I can use them year-round because they're so good for you. So then we have a 1/2 cup of sliced almonds and a 1/2 cup of toasted sunflower seeds. And then we have 8 ounces of cheddar cheese that I have shredded. And something to toss. I'm going to use a wooden spoon. For a picnic or grilling or something on the 4th of July, it's nice to have this type of a salad that's easy. People can just grab a spoonful and put it on their plate. It looks pretty and it's good for you. Okay, get out the dressing and we'll toss it. And just because you have a dressing recipe doesn't mean you have to put it all on, so I like to start with some of it. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. So we'll start with a little bit. See how it looks. Okay. There we go. Set that aside. And we'll start working on our burgers. When I was planning on what to do for this meal, and everybody makes hamburgers, but there are some things that a lot of people don't know about when they're cooking their burgers. And one thing is that you should always use 80-20% on your hamburger, because the fat is what's going to make it a nice juicy burger. Also, when you cook with that ratio of fat to lean on your hamburger, a lot of it is going to cook away, obviously. So you want to use a little bit more than a pound if you want 1/4 pounder burgers or whatever. So this is 1 1/4 pound of 80-20 hamburger, and you divide it into 4 balls. And you don't want to handle your beef too much because then it gets tough. So try to make your balls even. That's about right. Okay, so then when you pat out your hamburgers, you want to make sure that you have enough burger for your bun. There's nothing worse than opening up your bun and it's the where's the beef type of a thing. So you want to make sure that your patty is 1 inch larger than your bun, because as it cooks down, then you'll have it perfectly proportioned. And you want your burger to be about 3/4 of an inch thick. Some people like to chop onions or peppers or whatever and put it in your burger if that's what you like to do. But most hamburger connoisseurs say that the fun of the hamburger is in your toppings and to use your imagination. But what you want to do is get your burgers shaped, and then what you want to do is take your thumb and make an indent in the center of your burger. And the reason that is if you've ever wondered why your burger plumps up and kind of has a hump in the middle, what's happening is with the fat as it's cooking out, then your hamburger is shrinking in and it has a tendency to dome up in the center. So you want to make a kind of an indentation in the center of your burger, like that. And then you want to only season on one side at the beginning of when you're cooking, whether you're grilling or whether you're cooking in a pan. And because for simplification, and we do this a lot if if the weather's too bad to get out the grill, we just cook it in a pan on the stove. But you want to season one side at a time, because salt will draw moisture out of your meat or of your vegetables or whatever. If you pre-salt, if you've ever pre-salted celery or something like that, then you have all this water sitting there. So you want to you want to salt just the side that's going to be down in the pan, salt and pepper. If you have a hamburger seasoning that you prefer, that's fine. I'm just using salt and pepper. Another thing, when you're having, 4th of July or something like that, have some fun and put some different unusual condiments out. Guacamole. I've listed everything in the recipe, some ideas for you, and we have a tendency to always just use American cheese or cheddar cheese. Try some other cheeses. Try Swiss, try Blue, try Monterey Jack, and you can put salsa on your burger. Make it a Southwest. You can use avocado, roasted red peppers, make a garlic mayonnaise. Use your imagination and have some fun. Today we're going to use some roasted red peppers, and you can just buy them in a jar. Something like this, you can choose your own brand. I'm going to use something like this, and I'm going to do like a garlic mayonnaise with that, and it makes a really nice burger. So while those are cooking, I'm going to clean up and we'll be right back.
Valley Telecommunications is pleased to announce that our Technology Solutions Center is fully stocked and open for business. We have a large selection to meet your wants and needs. Some of the items we currently carry are a variety of corded and cordless phones, different brands of tablets such as Kindle Fires and Apple iPads and all the accessories for them, Telekin computers, Epson and HP printers and ink cartridges, Apple iPods and accessories, office supplies, wireless keyboards and mice, cellular phones and accessories, different types of media storage, cameras, headphones, power strips and surge protectors, and much, much more. You can also get your very own Valley swag. Our prices are reasonable and comparable to any other retail store. If there is something that you want or need that we do not currently carry, please let us know so that we can check into it for you. We accept all major credit cards, cash or check. Please feel free to stop by our office and check out our new and improved store for all of your technology and day-to-day business needs.
Okay, these have been cooking for about 4 to 5 minutes on one side. So we're going to salt and pepper them before we flip them. I'm going to bring this closer to you so that you can see how the hole has accumulated the moisture, so it's holding the moisture in. Okay. We're going to mix up a little bit of garlic mayonnaise. I'm just going to use some Hellmann's. This is light mayonnaise. You can use full fat, whichever you prefer. I'm just going to make a little topping here. I've got a couple of garlic cloves I'm going to press in. You never want to press your burgers down either, because that will press all the juice out too. You want to serve the nicest, juiciest burger you can. Okay, to my garlic mayonnaise, I think I'm just going to kind of have some fun. We'll add a little dill weed to it. And we'll add just a little bit of red cayenne pepper just to give it a little bit of a zip. And you want to be careful, you don't want to add too much. Dish up some beans. Put some buns, and we'll get ready to serve. See how nice and flat that is? It hasn't cooked into a big bubble or anything like that, and that's what you want to see when you have your burger. Okay, now the trick to this is you want to dig all way down, so you can get a nice variety of all the fruit and everything. There we go, we have your Rib Doctor's baked beans, your crunchy broccoli salad, your red wine blue dessert, your hamburger grilled to perfection. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Country Cookin', and we'll see you next time.